Sleep usually affects the cardiovascular side of your health while also affecting the metabolic side of health. Studies have shown that people who get less than 7 hours of sleep have a slightly increased chance of metabolic perturbations and obesity. A main example of metabolic perturbations include type 2 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes are intensely correlated and linked with the pathophysiology towards CVD or cardiovascular disease for short. There are also mental effects of lack of sleep, which includes the increase in appetite, the decrease in satiety or the ability to be satisfied, and the causation of impaired insulin sensitivity. Impaired insulin sensitivity is essentially when one grows tolerance to the insulin they have, which lowers its capability as a hormone. This leads to the development of type 2 diabetes, which, like I mentioned before, is linked to the pathophysiology towards CVD. Long story short, lack of sleep as well as unhealthy eating/exercising habits lead to an increased chance of cardiovascular disease mortality. To better understand the correlation between mortality and sleep, here are the numbers. A study by the CDC and National Center for Health Statistics was done with sleep where 172,000 people were surveyed. The survey considered 5 factors in terms of sleeping status. 1. Sleep duration of 7 to 8 hours per day. 2. Difficulty falling asleep less than twice per week. 3. Trouble staying asleep less than twice per week. 4. Not using sleep medication. And 5. Feeling well rested after sleep. For each factor that applied to the people who got surveyed, it would count as 1 point. This meant that a person with 5 points would mean that they had the highest quality of sleep. The next part of the survey was that these people who got surveyed were followed or updated for a median of 4.3 years, and in this time frame, approximately 8,000 individuals died. Out of the 8,000 deaths, 30% were from CVD, 24% were from cancer, and 46% were due to other mortality-causing diseases/factors. With the consideration of the amount of sleep-related points they had along with the death factor, it was shown that when comparing people who had a score of 5 and the person who had a score of 1 on the sleeping status test, the people who had a 5 were 21% less likely to die from CVD, 19% less from cancer, and 40% less likely from other diseases. And so after more math, it was assumed and calculated that 8% of mortality was from poor sleep patterns.